Happy lunch hour, guys, or maybe a little bit early for lunch. Depends on how long it takes me to put this one, edit it, and do everything together. But I wanted to talk about something here a little ahead of time, just so you can figure out what you need to do. Okay. I'm not going to draw any conclusions in this video. I'm going to let you guys do that. But I just want to give you the information. As you guys know, my whole point of having this channel is to make you think about your own situation. All right. So this is just information for you. Like I said, you draw your own conclusions. We all know, or most of us know at least, that 5G is rolling out a week from tomorrow, January 5th. Okay, AT&T and Verizon are going to roll it out to the masses, and we're supposed to have 10 to 100 times as fast internet connection and cell phone connections and everything like that. It's supposed to make your movie viewing better and flip through websites in nanoseconds. Okay, on a personal level, it's plenty fast. Okay, at least what I have in the way of fiber optic internet. Okay, and my cell phone, and I'm out in the middle of the sticks. Okay, now maybe if you're on a dial-up, if those things even still exist, or a satellite connection or something like that, maybe this is going to be helpful. Don't know. Okay, but needless to say, at least for the cell phone services, 5G is rolling out next week. I won't say across the entire country, but across a majority of it. All right. There's still places here in town I get no internet service. Okay. No phone service. It's going through a valley and mountains and everything like that, but so be it. Okay. But there's been a lot of talk about the dangers of 5G and everything else that's been going on for the last 2 years. Okay. So I've spent the last couple of days trying to dig into what I can find on it and give you guys some facts. Now, obviously 5G wasn't something that was just created, 2 days ago, and they're going to roll it out. Okay. This is something that's been in the works for a few years. Probably ever since the day that 4G came out, they've been working on 5G. I think we'd agree on that. So I got into digging, and some of the articles, and I'm going to link a bunch of them below for you guys to read over, are a few years old, no doubt. Okay. But the sources that they come from are important to know. All right. Now, first off, I want to explain to you what the difference between 5G and 4G, 3G, whatever would be, is. And they all work on an electromagnetic frequency. All right. And you go from the low end, which is, say, how electric gets to your house, power lines, all the way up to the high end, which is gamma rays and everything in between. So, here, I'll give you a graphic real quick so you can take a look at this and understand what I'm talking about. All right, so as you saw in the graphic there, mobile phone 5G, if you will, falls into the radio frequency somewhere between what you get from radio and television and from what you get from your microwave oven. All right, so, or any sort of microwaves. Nobody's ever batted an eye about blasting the stereo all day long and listening to your favorite FM radio station. But everybody pretty much knows, don't take the door off your microwave and try to use the thing and stand in front of it. Okay. So we're in between there. We're in between totally safe and, oh crap, this is not good for us. But we're in this, according to science, follow the science. And yes, I'm going to put a disclaimer on that. With what's gone on in the last 2 years, follow the science has pretty much been debunked in itself. Okay. But I'm just, like I said at the beginning, I'm just trying to give you the facts here and let you draw your own conclusions. So that's where the radio frequency comes in for mobile phones, in the safe range. Okay. Not a problem. All right. So this is, and to give you an idea of how this works, think of how you're driving your car, all right? Because the faster we get, all they're doing is compressing the bands, all right? And if you think of driving a car, this is the best way I can think of explaining it. If you're at a standstill and you floor the car and go as far as you can until it stops, and floor the car again and go as far as you can until it stops, that's a wide band, okay? What we're doing is decreasing the size of the bands. And so think of it, you, same example, tap the gas, go as far as you can. Tap the gas, go as far as you can. Tap the gas, go as far as you can. Obviously, to tap the gas, you're going to have to do that, 10 times to go the same distance that you did one time of flooring it, okay? You've shrunk the bandwidth, okay, is what's going on. The other thing about it is the smaller the bandwidth, the less distance a strong signal can go. I mean, how many of you guys have been driving anywhere where you've got a decent phone signal and all of a sudden you break up? It's like, oh, you're breaking up, and the call drops, okay? That's because the band can't get to you. Whether it's topography or you're too far from a tower or whatever it would be, that's what's causing it. So as those bands get smaller, your radius of getting signal gets smaller. So what do you have to do? Or what do the phone companies have to do? The internet providers, however you get it, the 5G providers, let's put it that way. What do they have to do? Well, they have to have more and more and more and more towers, okay? If you kind of take it like CBs or shortwave radio or something like that, that's repeaters, okay? So it goes from this tower to 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 you, okay? And then back that way and back and forth, as opposed to going from you to this tower to the person you're talking to. So what does that mean? That means they have to put up more towers. Now, obviously, we don't need all these monstrosities. So what cities are doing are putting up mini cell towers. I'll give you a picture of one real quick. Okay, so as you see there, it's basically on a light pole. And that would be, like I said, for radio, a repeater. Okay, it's going from the big tower down to that thing to the next little thing and back it goes. The caveat is, because of the limits of these frequencies, in order for users to have good reception, they need to put one of these mini cell stations, and I kid you not, somewhere between every 2 and 8 houses. Okay? Need billions of these things across the country. So it can go from tower to tower, ping, 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 next tower, ping, 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 as it goes. So is that possible? I don't know. We need billions of mini cell towers. You figure that part out, okay? How you can get billions of them quickly. Okay? Obviously there aren't light poles everywhere. So what does that come up with? All right. And everybody always talks about, is it dangerous to humans? It's 5G. And again, science says no, okay? That because of where the electromagnetic frequency is, that this is not dangerous to human beings. However, there is an article, 2018, that was posted by the FCC, and I'll link this below, okay? 11 reasons to be concerned over the dangers of 5G, all right? I'm not going to go into all the details. You can read all of this for you. Like I said, the link will be below, all right? That gets a little worrisome, and I'll touch on a couple of them real quick, all right? Effects on the skin, effects on the eyes, effects on the heart, immune system effects, effects on cell growth rates, effects on plant health. Okay, and this is, I'll just read this one here. Uh, One of the features of 5G is that MMW is particularly susceptible to being absorbed by plants and rain. Humans and animals alike consume plants as a food source. The effects MMW has on plants could leave us with food that's not safe to consume. Mind you, this is the FCC, Federal Communications Commission. Okay, that where this article is. If you look at the web address I gave you, it's fcc.gov. Okay, this isn't, some natural news bullshit or something like that. Okay, this is the actual facts. Moving on, effects on the atmosphere and the depletion of fossil fuels. Could that be any reason why maybe we want to go to all EV type stuff? Don't worry, we're going to get the electricity. We still haven't figured out. Okay. Disruption of the natural ecosystem. I don't know. Gee, all this green, but we're going to disrupt the ecosystem. Why does that not seem to work together? We've got to go save the planet, but at the same time, we're going to disrupt the ecosystem. Okay, this is what I'm saying. This is what you guys need to pay attention to make your appropriate preparations for this. Because, guys, this comes out in 8 days. All right. Now, there's pushback on this 5G rollout. Maybe you guys have heard this, maybe you guys haven't. But the airline industry is warning that the 5G deployment could cause problems for the airline industry. Okay. Basically, and I'll link this one for you too. All right. And this one comes from CNET, again, which is a very reputable technology publication. But they are talking about this would be disruptive for altimeters, measuring height in an airplane. Remember, we're talking about, even if you're in a Piper Cub or something, or a Cessna, okay, there's people on there, i.e. paint steward type stuff, okay? Or we're talking 737, with 200 people on it, okay? Listen to this quick comment. Kirby, okay, the guy who was talking about this, and he is the United Airlines CEO, okay? So, yeah, okay, somebody that I'm figuring knows something about the airline industry. Kirby added that the potential interference issues between the 5G cell towers and the altimeters would require that during bad weather, such as cloud cover, I guess now a cloudy day is considered bad weather, or even heavy smog, hello LA, Beijing, okay, pilots would be forced to do visual-only approaches instead of using sensitive instruments to guide their landing. Now, y'all know the two most dangerous parts of a flight are takeoff and landing. Flying through the air, autopilot, the hell with it, all right? Takeoff and landing requires a good pilot and excellent instrumentation. You remember the movie, I don't remember which Die Hard one it was, but the one where the guys were at the airport and they took the terrorists took the changed the level of height for the airplane, okay, and dropped it 100 feet or whatever, and his plane was coming in through fog, and all of a sudden they thought they were at 100 feet or whatever it was, and they were actually at ground level. Plane crashed. Okay. Same theory here. Now you're talking about landing a plane in that fog, and you have no altimeter. The pilots can't see anything. So what are they supposed to do? Guess where the landing strip is? I don't know. Another reason why I don't want to get on an airplane. So the solution, and this is as silly as I have, well, we're not going to put 5G towers around an airport then. That doesn't sound like a good solution to me. All right. There's a lot of interesting things being talked about with this 5G. Again, it's just like some other things. Let's rush this to market because it's profitable. It's 5G, 75% effective. Hey, everybody will have faster internet. We lose a couple of planes, who cares? A couple of people die, who cares? Profit, that's what matters, right? I'll let you guys draw your conclusions, but that's kind of what's really going on with all of this. We'll see y'all tonight. Pinball out.